Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Warrior's Journey Tarot. This is going to be your general full reading for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. I've pulled out a ton of oracle cards and I switched up the tarot deck. Let me just light some incense here. We are going to be using the Goddess Tarot for the Celtic Cross. And then I'm going to be using the oracle cards, some of which you are already familiar with. Romance Angels, Whispers of Love, Crystal Healing, Sacred Traveler. Let me just clean up this area here. Alright, smells great, wonderful, immediately relaxes me. Okay, so Romance Angels, Whispers of Love, Sacred Traveler, Crystal Healing cards, Wisdom of the Oracle cards, the Goddess Tarot by, I think it's Chris Walder, and then the Divine Feminine Oracle cards by Megan Watterson, and Wild Kuan Yin Oracle cards. These are a lot of cards, so please grab a cup of tea or something, a snack, enjoy. These are beautiful cards, beautiful illustrations, very deep meanings. Let's see what's going on for you guys. I'm very excited to do this for you guys. You know, I meant to do this earlier for you guys, truly. But stuff got in the way and I was busy. And I didn't want to leave it, you know, until tomorrow. I'm tired. I should have gone to sleep, but I felt like I really wanted to get your reading out there. I feel like there's some of you who are waiting. I didn't want to disappoint you guys. So here we are. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of 18th to the 31st of January. In the form of a Celtic cross, please. As you guys know, I'm going to give it a good shuffle. And when a card pops out after a good shuffle, that's my signal. That's the end of the shuffle. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. There you are, Taurus. Venus. In this case, it's representing the Lovers card in this deck. All the major arcana are represented by goddesses. So although this represents the Lovers, which is ruled by Gemini, in the Lovers, in this card, the major arcana card, it says Venus. So there you are, okay? Because Venus rules Taurus. Here's 10 of Wands, great responsibilities, great success. 8 of Wands, enthusiasm, communications, love, a partnership, two people coming correctly with their emotions and their intentions, and then heartbreak, disappointment, loss. Regarding what? Regarding this love, regarding this communication from your heart, regarding this relationship. But that was a weird way that those cards fell out, so we'll see if that actually applies to this reading. Sometimes we see those cards repeat, sometimes we don't. Alright, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of the 18th to the 31st of January. In the form of a Celtic cross, please. What's going on for Tauruses? Anything and everything that pops up. What's going on for Tauruses? What does Taurus need to know about what's coming up for the 18th of January to the 31st of January? Can we please give a reading to those who are actually trying very hard? Can we give them some insight onto what's going on for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of the 18th to the 31st? This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of the 18th of January to the 31st of January. I'll end the shuffle soon. That's my signal. And I always continue the shuffle. Alright, here we go. Movement. This is like the Chariot. This is represented by the goddess Rhiannon. On the bottom, we've got Empress. There you are, Taurus. This is a Navajo corn goddess. Her name is Etzanatlehi, and she represents fertility. Number 3 on the major arcana, major secrets, major influence. And the third position in the major arcana would go to the Empress. And so the Empress, which is ruled by the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus? So there you are. And there's our sign. Your challenge. 7 of Swords. Consciously, we've got Queen of Pentacles. Foundation. 8 of Swords. Recent past. 2 of Swords. Recent future. Temptation, which is like the devil. It's like Nye Loro Kidul. Okay, there's a whole story behind this, goddess. Ace of Swords is you right now. Around you, there's goddess Athena, Greek goddess. And here she represents the Justice card. Major Arcana, Major Secrets, Major Influence. Another Major Arcana card. This is your hopes and fears. Representing the Hangman. And in this case, it says Sacrifice. Goddess Kuan Yin. Outcome, 7 of Wands. All right. And again, we have fertility, number 3 at the bottom, with the Navajo corn goddess Etsanat Lehi. All right. Let's get started with these different pieces. Now, first of all, I'm just going to say, let's count how many major arcana cards we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let me just start by saying from the 18th to the 31st, when you see major arcana cards, as I mentioned before, they represent major secrets and they have major influences. These are divine influences at play, at work. These are not like the lesser arcana cards, the minor arcana cards where it's ruled by your own free will. Excuse me. These are things that are going to have such a strong influence on you that you need to work with these energies, okay? Don't resist. And be mindful when you see things like this card coming up, okay? Even though it says temptation and it's got this goddess, it could also represent, aside from the devil, could represent someone by the sign of Capricorn, so we won't fret yet. Okay, so we see movement here, and that just speaks to the Chariot card. Could represent someone who's by the sign of Cancer. Here it's saying Goddess Rhiannon, but I'm not going to confuse you guys and go into all the descriptions of all of these goddesses because that will take all day and we won't, you'll be thoroughly confused when we get to the story. So I'm going to use this deck as a traditional meaning of the tarot, okay? It speaks to, this Chariot card, this movement card speaks to some kind of, you know, could be, now you've got this charioteer and you've got 2 sphinxes, one black, one white. Now, it speaks to either, it's a kingmaker card where you're going into battle and victory is assured, making you the king. Why? It's a kingmaker card. Now, aside from this battle kind of victory energy, it speaks to, could be a person who represents the sign of Cancer. Okay, let's put that to the side. Also, it speaks to travel, movement of location. Could be some kind of news coming in, some kind of trip you might be taking. Okay, so it's things are moving, things are happening. As a person, could be a Cancer, doesn't have to be your situation right now. There's great change going on, there's great movement going on, and it's because also this energy behind this movement card is great conviction, strength, determination, energy, and power. In the challenge, we've got 7 of Swords. Now, this is the Lord of unstable efforts. 7 of Swords speaks to deceit, trickery, some kind of, now if we go to the card before 7 of Swords, it's 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is leaving a sad situation. Going, you know, across seas to find land at a new location where you're trying to get away from a destructive situation, something that was dangerous, something that was harmful to your peace of mind. Here you are with the 7 of Swords. Now the next step, it's making your first shaky effort, kind of, to try to make a life, trying to, you know, make a new start, a new fresh start. So it could speak to, you know, this kind of unstable effort energy, or it could speak to being a little bit sneaky, being a little bit deceitful, and taking what's not yours, right, with the 7 of Swords. and it also can speak to if it's somebody who's taking something from you, you might know, you know, it's kind of like pinching a little bit of like, you know, profit off the top, or some way of taking from you a little bit, where you might be aware of what this person or these people, whoever it may be, is doing, but you're keeping an eye on it and you're not quite ready to make a move and act on this yet. Okay, so this is the challenge. And so Taurus, here you are, you're ready to go into battle, and I'm going to choose this battle kind of theme. Why? Because I see this challenge with unstable effort, this sneakery, this deceit. Someone's trying to get away with something. Okay, and while you're moving and while you're ready to go in and victory is assured, the challenge is seeing this unstable effort. This challenge is seeing what these people are up to, what they're trying to pull. Okay, I'm giving you these general meanings for these cards, and then we're going to see after, you know, sometimes I need to read out the cards one by one, and then it kind of, the message lifts itself and speaks to me. And even then, sometimes we need, after we pull the clarifying cards, like, oh, that's what you meant. Okay, so let's wait and see. So far we see movement with the Chariot, right? Battle, victory assured. Could be a Cancer, could be travel, could be a move of location. Okay, news coming in, you going somewhere. Challenged by this sneakery and deceit and theft and unstable effort. Okay, so trying to get things moving, but the effort here is not stable, or going into battle, but having to keep an eye, because you might not be knowing that somebody's sneaking away with something you need before you go into battle. Consciously, we've got Queen of Pentacles. This means this is where your mind is at. Queen of Pentacles is someone who is a mother type of person, wife, a nurturer, someone who's very loyal, dependable. She's wealthy. She's, if not wealthy, she has the wealth of her character, the wealth of a beautiful home, a beautiful garden, family. She's respected, she's loved. She is the maternal kind of matriarch. She's the matriarch type, okay, the matriarch of the family. It's someone who represents also the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So since that's, I feel like, honestly, that if that's not your mom, I feel like that's you, okay? Because Taurus, this is your reading, and we see here we've got the Queen of Pentacles representing the earth signs in your conscious, and then we've got this Empress card over here represented by this Navajo corn goddess, which is representing the Empress, right? Traditionally, Empress is ruled by Taurus. This is about major creation, major giving birth to new ideas, new plans, fertility, beauty, abundance, success. You have such positive major arcana cards. The only thing that I see that would be a little bit worrisome is this temptation. But we'll talk about that. Okay, so you've got this in your mind, okay? Could be as a person, I told you, this mother figure who's nurturing and loyal and a wonderful support system. Or it could be that you yourself may be feeling like the Queen of Pentacles. You know, you might be feeling like you're doing really well now, that you've come to a point where you've established your life. You might have a business, you might be, you know, well-to-do, you might be comfortable financially to a point where you're able to consider doing things like that you normally might not have been able to do. Okay, so you've got this feeling of confidence, groundedness, and stability over here, and nurturing, and this motherly instinct kind of energy, okay? And I just say mother because, possibly because I see this mother over here with a child, with this hanged man energy, with the Kuan Yin, sacrifice. Okay. On the foundation, next to the Seven of Swords, we have this Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is about restriction and fear. So that means beneath the surface here, okay, on the conscious, you're very confident, you're very strong, you feel empowered, you're ready to go into battle, you're doing everything you need to be doing to show good face, to do, you know, to keep your enemies at bay, to keep whoever's doing sneakery and deceit. Just, you know, this is Taurus being strong and stoic about things, okay, and not being a whiner, not complaining. But it's also Taurus that when things are not going well, you won't talk about it, and you'll keep it on the subconscious. Even if you're scared, you won't talk about it. You won't let other people know. So here you are with the foundation, 8 of Swords, restriction and fear. At the foundation, your emotions, your subconscious, it's feeling restricted and fearful. This person's blinded by the stress of these 8 swords. It's leaving her feeling like you can't even see where you're supposed to be going. You're kind of lost in the fog because the fear has now taken all sense of direction and sense of calm out of you, and you don't know, and you can't see which way you're supposed to be going. So underneath the surface here, there's this fearful energy. Okay, why? Because someone's doing something to disturb your peace of mind. Taurus, I feel like it's not you, okay, who's doing this. Why? Because when I see the situation is going into this kind of situation of battle and victory being assured and all this kind of like justice here, I'm just taking a peek, right? I feel like this is not your energy that you created this kind of shitstorm, okay? I feel like this 7 of Swords is your challenge. It's your challenge because someone is doing this to you. Somebody's being sneaky. Somebody's causing you trouble. Somebody's giving you a headache. This on the foundation, this headache, okay, at the subconscious, you're taking it seriously. This threat to you, okay, you're taking it seriously and it's making you worried, okay? In the recent past, you had a choice to make about how you're going to handle the situation. You have 2 swords, 2 truths, 2 decisions that you could make either way, which way to go. Could be whether you're going to go into battle and see it through, or it could be forgiveness or letting it go, you know, eating that, you know, doo-doo and letting it slide. That was the recent past. Well, it seems like you made a decision, right? In the situations, it's this movement card with a chariot going into battle. And then here you are, around you is this temptation card, represented by this, I think it's like a mermaid or naga type of like snakes type of goddess here, Nai Loro Kudo. But we won't even go into all that. It's about temptation with the positioning of the devil card. Could represent the sign of Capricorn, somebody who has the astrological sign of Capricorn. If it's not, it speaks to the devil card, and temptation speaks to addictions, control issues, being controlled, oppressed. And I feel like that might be it because of this 8 of Swords energy. It's like when you see this card, it's something that's a negative influence. It's like causing drama, causing and amping up the, like making everybody like more wanting to fight, like more combative. The devil card also is about addictions and, you know, kind of also like sexual addictions, things of that nature. Could be, you know, a need to release the control or be released from someone's control. And it's easy to do if you just recognize that you are being controlled in this situation. You just release yourself from the situation because it feels like this is some kind of a trap that someone set for you, right? I feel like there was something done. It's made you, put you in this kind of combative situation, right? That's left you worried and fearful about it. You don't really know which way you should go. There's an indecision here. You haven't made a decision. And here it says temptations, like you're tempted, okay, to go to the dark side. The devil is about ego. So maybe these swords have touched on your ego, Taurus. Maybe they've been trying to attack you And Tauruses, generally, they're very peaceful people. I don't see Tauruses usually going around starting shit with people. You know, it's usually people who are starting shit with Tauruses. And you take it up to a point. And it's like, seems like these people know that if they keep on pricking at you, eventually that you're gonna, you know, explode. Right? It's kind of like a sneaky way to do it. Like, keep on poking and prodding until, you know, you flip the F out and you have to show them. Right? And then it could be a messy situation. So I would caution you to control your temper with this situation. I feel like it's a trap. I feel like they're trying to make you mad. And they're going to play on your ego. Okay? But the thing is, I can say it's not your fault. Because I see here, this is you. Ace of Swords. That's the truth of, the sword of truth, clarity, and victory. Okay? I see victory for you. Because I see the Chariot and I see the Ace of Swords. Okay? Here it says movement. I told you already. Same thing. Ace of Swords is the sword that you have, that is you in this position where you have the ability to speak your mind and manifest what is in your best interest. This sword is sharp. It cuts both ways. You will cut off everything else that doesn't serve you. There's only a caution that when you're cutting things away with the sword, I mean, we can keep cutting, right? There's a lot of people who've done and who do each other wrong, whether it even be in your own family. It's saying be cautious, though, with the use of your mind and your ego, because you don't want to go too far. But the good news is victory is assured because truth is on your side. This is the fact. This is the card saying you're not the sneaky one. You're not the liar. You're the truth. That's you. That's why you're going to get victory in this, okay? It's people who generally tell the truth or are the righteous ones or the good ones. Doesn't mean you're going to get victory, right? Most of the time. It doesn't mean, it just means, you know, you're an honest and a good, decent person. But this card assures victory. This card assures victory. That's a situation, and this is you. Surrounding you, okay, is this goddess Athena, this Greek goddess Athena, the goddess of war, intelligence, and wisdom, okay? Again, we get this battle vibe, okay? So, I feel like, Taurus, look at you. This is you with the Chariot, ready to go into battle. This is what's surrounding you, okay? Athena, representing justice. And she kind of represents an institution, okay, in this card, with a Justice card. With this Justice card, it's saying, you know, things will work out fairly. Whoever's doing this around you, whoever's making the call, whoever has the say to judge, with this Justice card is saying, you know, there's a scale. She will use her wisdom and intelligence. She has the power and the authority as well to make a decision that will affect you. But she's looking here, you see, she's looking at this Temptation card, she's looking at the Ace of Swords, and she's seeing, it ain't you, boo, who's stirring this pot up, right? And it's saying, you know, justice will be served. It will be served fairly, and you don't have to worry because you've been truthful and honest, right? You only have to worry if you're the one who's causing trouble and you're the one who's lying. So, this beautiful goddess is going to ensure justice around you. Okay? Beautiful. Your hopes and fears here, okay, is this goddess Kuan Yin holding a baby in this depiction. And it's saying it's a card of sacrifice. Traditionally, the 12th card, which is the Hanged Man. And what that relates to, why the Hanged Man is referred to as sacrifice and why they picked goddess Kuan Yin, is because the hangman is someone who's like in a very uncomfortable position in the traditional tarot, hung upside down like from a tree, okay? And he's doing it on purpose. He looks very peaceful, he's calm, because it's all about sacrifice and also spiritual, like, it's kind of like a spiritual asceticism, right? where you're making the sacrifice. You're putting yourself in these kind of like ascetics who put themselves in kind of uncomfortable positions because it's kind of like showing devotion to some divine being that they're trying to, you know, give offerings to, okay? In the Hangman card, it's kind of like that, where you're staying in stasis, you're staying stuck in an uncomfortable position. You know you could do so much, but you're going to stay stuck because you know it's benefiting others. And that's where the sacrifice comes in. So in your hopes and fears, okay, you could be hoping to be able to sacrifice and be of service to someone you really care about, okay? Maybe a child. Or you could be, you know, afraid or fearful that you're going to be asked to sacrifice more and be stuck. But I wouldn't worry because I see these victory cards. Now the final outcome card is 7 of Staves, 7 of Wands. And that's about being blocked off. Okay, now here it's like a hero card as well. And there's also another kind of feeling of optimism with this 7 of Staves, 7 of Wands, that you will overcome. Again, kind of like a victory, okay? Because traditionally the 7 of Staves, 7 of Wands is about someone who's been on a hill here, holding one wand up, 2 mismatched shoes, okay? Kind of like they've been called out of bed to deal with a situation that they weren't quite ready for, but they are ready for it because they have the inner strength to stand up to it. So it feels like the outcome is that you're going to feel like you're still going to feel defensive. Whatever the outcome is, whatever justice is going to mete out, you're going to feel still defensive, but you're going to come out okay. You have the resilience to come out okay. Now this is a minor arcana, minor secrets, like lesser energy here, right? From the 18th to the 31st. So you can very much change this energy as well. The good news is that you've got this major arcana energy here with the Chariot. You've got the truth on your side. You've got justice looking out at you and seeing that you are being honest and truthful in the situation, and things will work out fairly. In the outcome, right? Don't stress out so hard about this situation. Try to take it easy because this is a very aggressive spread. This feels very much like we got Athena, the goddess of war, okay? Greek goddess of war, intelligence, and wisdom. We've got temptation here with the devil card, which is like feeding off your ego. You got all these, you know, swords. Could represent Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We don't even go there. All these swords representing mental activity, all this talking back and forth, quarrels, and people manipulating and all this garbs, right? But look at you, fine as wine in your head. But you've just been really upset because they're causing you a real disturbance in your like subconscious, in your peace of mind. Like when you go to sleep, you have to worry about it. When you wake up, you have to worry about it, right? It's annoying. Because they started it. And, you know, there will be victory, but this is life, right? What can you do? You can't just be fabulous and be left alone, right? People pick on fabulous people. And you are fabulous because look at you. You're a freaking goddess. You're the Navajo corn goddess, Etzanatzlehi, or otherwise known as the Empress, who rules over Taurus. Empress, goddess of fertility, beauty, abundance, love, creation, motherhood. Look at you. You're a queen. You're a queen. You're the Empress. You're the truth. And so these people want to start things with you. Okay? You will be victorious, but you know, sometimes even when you win, it's not satisfying because you still have to deal with the leftover residue, right? Sorry about that. I was interrupted. Let's go back to the crystal for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. There seems to be a lot of combative energy and aggression here for the 18th and 31st. So can we get a stone for protection, a crystal for protection, or for manifesting abundance and overcoming? Although I don't think they need it, but can we get a crystal for Taurus that will serve in their best interest for the 18th to the 31st, please? That will help them manifest and help for protection as well. Can we please get a crystal for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of 18th and 31st? Okay, I'm going to stop. There we go. On the bottom we have amethyst, meditation. Yep, for sure. Take some time to meditate, do your breathing exercises, do a little bit of a body scan, you know, listen to some meditation music, and you really need to like calm that energy down and not let it completely disrupt your life, okay, with your sleep patterns and all that. The top crystal, cacoxenite, new beginnings. Beautiful. That's what we like to see, a new beginning. I'm curious to see what this means. Cacoxenite. Okay. It says it's a variety of golds, browns, and blacks. It's related to the solar plexus and crown chakra. It enhances channeling gifts and abilities, enhances creative ideas, and awakens imagination, journeys with you into the magical realm of spirit, activates new ideas and inspiration. It says you have attracted this powerful card into your life today to share with you that the blessings of new beginnings are upon you. Life moves in cycles, and the one you are currently entering is one of exciting new opportunities. The light of a new dawn and the medicine of cacoxenite is shining down on you. As one chapter of your life is coming to an end, it is time to dust yourself off and focus on the here and now. As the old drops away, you may be feeling a range of different emotions such as fear, joy, excitement, anticipation, and even a little sadness as you enter into this renewed time of transformation. Work closely with the devas to release any unwanted fears or resistance, and trust this is a sacred time of bringing new energy into your life. As you draw upon the medicine of cacoxenite, know that this is a perfect time for you to start a new project or pursue something that you have been holding off on for the right time. You are being urged to embrace this opportunity fully and allow the first light of dawn to shine upon you, offering blessings of rebirth and rejuvenation in every aspect of your life. Enjoy this new part of your journey. It will bring you an abundance of positive change. Beautiful. Very straightforward. Let's pull one Wisdom of the Oracle card now. You know, when I watch my favorite tarot readers and they're pulling their oracle cards, I just feel like it's like you're playing the lottery or something, you know, or you're playing the slot machines and you're watching the little symbols flip around and you're waiting for your number to hit. Because sometimes I watch the tarot readers and I'm like, if they pull a few oracle cards, I feel like because the messages sometimes are supposed to be for many people, I enjoy even getting one card that resonates for me. So that's why I really do enjoy using these oracle cards. So I hope these will resonate for you. All right, can we get one oracle card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st? What message is there for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the 18th to the 31st? Can I get one card, please, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay, I'm going to stop the shuffle. On the bottom, there is round and round. Possibly, you know, going in circles with this conflict. Okay, time to go. Okay, time to go. New beginnings. Let's talk about it. So that is the... Where's my book? All right. 45. Essential meanings: endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. The Oracle's message: you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in a transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. Beautiful. That's exciting. All right, relationship message: it's over. Or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying: if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. Now, the prosperity message for those who are wondering about business and finance, career, this message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finished your tasks and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. The protection message here, and I feel like this you should pay attention to because this reading was very much about conflict here. Protection messages: even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it doesn't have the map of your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. Okay. So it's saying that this conflict is not quite over. Okay, it's like you got a break, take it as a break, and then it's gonna start again, right? Even though you've got this victory assured, you got this victory here, and that there's justice going to be meted out, it feels like the residue is still not done, right? With the Seven of Wands, where you're still gonna go, like, see, where did you have Seven of Swords? Yeah, if you're going from Seven of Swords to the Seven of Wands, right? So this is more like, the paperwork and stuff, the actual kind of complaints and the, sneakery that's going on here, the mental activity. And then this speaks to like a more kind of less formal conflict, okay? Per se, let's say, like, yeah. Like the official business may have, required red tape and caused conflict. Justice comes along, makes a decision, you win, but people aren't happy about the decision. So you're still going to be, in this kind of defensive position, okay? So let's get one card from the Sacred Traveler deck. for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Okay, I'm going to take that. On the bottom, we've got finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Beautiful. But we read the one on top. It says, gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. Amazing. Triumph, victory. We've been getting that, right? I don't know what Taurus is up to. But whatever it is, okay? You are really winning. But it's really aggressive, this situation like this. It feels so combative, like a battle. Okay. This is Gates of Triumph. That's Romance of Angels. That won't help me. Gates of Triumph. The card meaning is, the gates of triumph are waiting to open deep and wide for you. Inner and outer success is coming your way. Thriving is a state of mind. That's Queen of Pentacles right there. That's your state of mind. Thriving. Accept that you can reach any goal you desire, and even more victories will expand in your life. The more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune will pour into your life. Wow. What a card. Okay. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. Arriving in a foreign hamlet, wreaths of flowers are placed around the Sacred Traveler's shoulders. Beautiful. The townspeople celebrate and honor the traveler. The village elders know the challenges faced and overcome and are welcoming with open arms. If a situation knocks you over, get up and brush yourself off and discover what you learned. You aren't a failure if you fall down, only if you stay down. So keep going and believe in yourself. This is what true success is. Acknowledge your accomplishments in life. They are more than you imagine. Victory, good fortune, and triumph are at hand. Doesn't get better than that, does it? In terms of like this situation. You know, could be nice to see some cups and happiness and love and, you know, all that. But in this situation, I'm glad that there is triumph, which I already told you, victory is assured. So here we go with the Whispers of Love. You know what? I'm not doing Whispers of Love yet. I'm going to leave Romance last, okay? I'm going to leave it last. Let's pull a Wild Kuan Yin card first, okay? Can you please get one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I've been leaving the romantic cards and the love and romance cards last for all the readings. So I'm going to stick to that format. Can we get one Wild Kuan Yin card, one Oracle card for Taurus, please? What does Taurus need to hear? Can we get one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st? I love these cards. They're beautiful and their meanings are beautiful. I've often been like, you know, very emotional reading these different oracle cards. It's another beautiful deck that you should pick up. It's Wild Kuan Yin by Alana Fairchild, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, Alana Fairchild. Can we please get one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please? Okay, I'm going to stay there. On the bottom, there's Fearless. Wow, beautiful. You have fears on the subconscious. You're worried. But look at how you're behaving in the conscious here. Out in the in reality here, how you conduct yourself. So courageous. So you've got this courageous energy here with the Fearless card. But that's not the one we're going to read. We're going to read the top card. That is Grandmother of Love. Granddaughter of Life. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that... This is why I love this deck. Look at this. This is a grandmother. And she's looking right at the daughter. Granddaughter. And they both are like the same person. Except just a difference of age there. But let's read about the meaning. Beautiful, beautiful card. So I'm going to have to move some things around because I always make room for my favorite decks, favorite cards. And this is my goddess over here. One of the goddesses. I'm going to move her over there. Move this over there. Just going to move this here actually. And this here. Make some room here maybe. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, that looks good. Let me read that to you. Number 3. Number 3, like the Empress, like this Navajo corn goddess over here, fertility. I feel like there's protection here. You are an old soul with much wisdom in you. You know how to learn from experience and grow stronger and more loving, even through life's challenges. Trust yourself and life. You are growing now towards your divine destiny. You may need guidance to find your way through unfamiliar situations as you broaden your horizons now. Allow those who are wise like you to be your companions as you choose not to believe in the voices of fear. So the guidance here, it says, it is not what you have done that matters. It is what you do now. It is not who you believe yourself to have been that matters. It's who you have chosen to be now. If you have been punishing yourself in any way for a decision you have made in your life or for some perceived failure or other, you are asked to adopt a more soulful perspective. Dispense with regrets, guilt, or shame as soon as you can give yourself permission to do so. Rather, ask yourself, what can be learned? What can be forgiven? How can you love instead? And then move on. Gently, firmly, lovingly, just as the child naturally moves on from infancy to the next stages of life, and the soul naturally grows in wisdom, compassion, and love with the process of life experiences. Give yourself permission to wobble. The colt, who will become a swift and sure-footed stallion, will still need to go through, and I was saying this is also about unstable efforts, right? Lord of unstable efforts. The colt who will become a swift and sure-footed stallion will still need to go through having an ungainly wobble until it gets used to its legs. In the bigger scheme of things, those wobbles, as humiliating or challenging as they may seem in the moment, shall only be a small sentence, not even a whole paragraph or chapter, in the greater story of your soul. When you are wobbling, you are growing into something you've not done before. This is brave. Be proud, even of your stumbles, for they are part of your success, and you have great potential for success in this lifetime, so go on and grow. In a reading, something new wants to happen. This is healthy and to be encouraged. Do not be scared to do things differently now. Do not be scared to break new ground. Rely on your intuition and instincts, even if your mind is afraid because it doesn't feel in control of the process. No matter how old you are or how young, no matter what age stage in life you may think you are supposed to be at, you are being asked to clear your mind of such expectations or judgments and instead just love who you are and where you are in your life. This is your unique journey. Any belief that you cannot or should not follow your dreams because of age, roles, gender, or religious background or any other issue are to be put aside now. It is never too late to begin something. It is never too late to finish something. It is never too late to forgive. It is never too late to decide to just be happy in the moment and free yourself from past judgment, pain, or suffering. It is never too late. If you have been suffering from fatigue or depression, feeling overwhelmed, responsibility, or burned out, feeling old before your time, so to speak, then this oracle also brings a message to take some time to replenish yourself by connection with the child within. This may be through play, breaking your routine, or exploring a new place. The healing process, and then there's some kind of invocation that you can make, but we won't go into all that, okay? That's a beautiful deck. Let's go on to the Divine Feminine Oracle cards. One, Goddess Guidance card. Now this deck is full of all kinds of beautiful female saints, ascended masters, goddesses. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck full of beautiful stories, beautiful, deep significance. So we're going to pull one card and see what guidance we can gain from this one oracle card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Can we get one card, please, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the 18th to the 31st? Can we please get one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please? I'm going to pick this one. Enjoy. There we go. Okay, on the bottom we've got Enheduanna, the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. Look at that beautiful imagery. This deck is diverse, inclusive. I love it. Taught me so much. And here we go. Next one. Oh, Goddess Brigid, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. I'm going to put Goddess Brigid up here. And basically, Goddess Brigid, she's an Irish goddess, and she's still worshipped to this day. She predates Christianity, and basically the significance of Goddess Brigid, who I honestly, since I got this deck, she pops out all the time. She's very active. Thank you, Goddess Brigid, for showing up. Thank you to all the goddesses. I really appreciate you. So I just wanted to say, this Goddess Brigid, she, among other like many miracles that she's performed, the significance of the story, there was one story where it says that when people are walking back and forth, you know, at nighttime, and they can't see, and they're fearful and they're scared and they feel like they're alone, she created the whistle so that, you know, when you are traveling in the darkness, you won't feel alone. So you feel like, you know, you can connect still with someone else who will help you and guide you. But I'm going to give you a brief description here of Goddess Brigid and the significance of this oracle card. Okay, just wanted to take a second. And this is not in alphabetical order, so let me find her. Yeah, 162. So it's the goddess of the eternal flame. So when your soul selects a card, there's that moment when you're making your way through the dark, and suddenly after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes through to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before, and you feel a great shift begin, as if now you're headed towards something new. Something even brighter. Brigid is the essence of that first flame, that first ray of light. Brigid reminds us that the darkness never lasts. Brigid's eternal flame represents the truth, that the light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover, when that flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion. Brigid is a sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. Brigid is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head, the healing has happened, and now each next day is bound to be brighter. So it says a soul voice meditation for yourself is what allows me to feel light more often every day. The intention for you should be, I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. She is associated with the Indo-European dawn goddess and the coming of spring. And as I said, she's the goddess of pre-Christian Ireland. And Brigid represents the essence of an inner dawn and the healing that comes from knowing that the best is yet to come. Isn't that beautiful? She's associated with poetry and with all things elevated, states of being, high-rising flames, lofty dimensions, elevated wisdom. All right, now let's pull the romance cards. This one is Whispers of Love. Let's pull one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please. Isn't this lovely? We've got a Buddhist goddess. We've got Greek goddess. We've got this Navajo corn goddess over here. We've got Brigid, this Irish goddess. Can we please get one card? And Rhiannon. I think she's Irish. I'm not sure. I'll look her up. This is for Taurus, please. Can we get one card for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. On the bottom we have, treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So I'm just going to say it. You know, we see this like major mothering kind of energy here, right? Here we see with Goddess Kuan Yin in this way depicted with a baby, and it's about sacrifice, right? Here we see grandmother of love, granddaughter of life, right? Older generation, younger generation, right? In the family of females. Here, the mother and a daughter, and she's reading to her daughter. And then here we've got the Queen of Pentacles, who is like the nurturer, the mother, right? Okay, but we're going to read the top card. Honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. Okay, so for this card, guys, I just want to say off the bat, there's deception here somewhere, okay? Just like with the Seven of Swords, which I was saying there's some kind of sneaky deception, someone taking away power from you. And it's saying, you see this offer that's going to come through, and this person's wearing a mask, and it's also by the moonlight where things are hidden and you don't see everything at play. And they're offering a rose, and there's this little Cupid here with an arrow, and it's aimed at you, but your back is turned. And it's saying, you know, if you care about somebody, and if somebody cares about you, and you're wearing a mask, you're not showing your feelings, you're not saying or speaking out on it, it's saying you should let them know now. If not, let me read you the very, very short description. It'll literally take 15 seconds. 38. Love seeks to do what is best for another person. Speak honestly, tell the truth about your emotions. Use this as an opportunity to clear the air and turn this into a positive outcome. Okay, so there's been deception regarding this situation, and this looks like there's going to be an opportunity to clear the air and speak your mind, okay, about this. Finally, let's pull one Whispers of Love, one Romance Angels card for Taurus. This is the final oracle card. Thank you guys for sticking around. This is the last oracle card for romance. Can we get one card for Taurus? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, sorry. For the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Okay, on the bottom, engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and that has different meanings for single people, married people, it varies, but we read the top card. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. It's a very, okay, where should I put this? I'm gonna put it here. Oh gosh, okay. Let's make some room, and this is fairly short as well. Put this over here. All right. Romance Angels, past life relationship. Very self-explanatory, but let's talk about it. The Romance Angel sent you this card to explain the relationship you've inquired about. You have some unfinished business in conjunction with a soulmate from a past lifetime. This may involve forgiving someone, a joint project, or learning personal lessons such as patience. Soulmates recognize each other instantly, and this feeling is often registered as a sense of romantic or sexual chemistry. The magnetism that draws two people together can surpass logic, because the purpose of the relationship is healing and learning. Whether or not your soulmate becomes your life partner, you'll experience personal and spiritual lessons and growth as a result. Past life regressions can also help you uncover the answers you seek. So I'd say, like, aside from this conflict that's going on, guys, for Taurus, I see family here with the sacrifice regarding a child. Okay, this home life situation and some kind of ruling that's going to be made that you will come out victorious. In terms of spirituality, we've got Goddess Brigid over here saying that you're always supported and you're not alone, to have faith. This is speaking to family as well. This granddaughter of love, a grandmother of love, granddaughter of life, and protection as well. And then in love, I feel like there's a situation where there was some deceit, where somebody was, you know, maybe watching you. Like, this is my stalker card as well, okay? In love and romance, it feels like you've been focused on your family and taking care of things, but I feel like someone's been watching you and someone's been wanting to say something to you, and they feel a deep connection to you. Your back is turned, meaning that you might have, like, turned away from this person and walked off already. And there's deception implied in the way that this person is approaching, right? It's saying to be honest and truthful. So I feel like this person hasn't been completely honest with you. And because it's by moonlight and with a mask, it's double deception in terms of you don't see everything at work. By moonlight, there are many things, hidden feelings, hidden agendas, right? And the reason that this person has been watching you and keeping tabs on you and feels this way is because it's a past life relationship. And this card indicates that with this past life relationship, there's going to be healing involved. Not so much reconciliation, right? But the fact that whoever this is, you're probably aware of who this is already. And it's saying that healing has to occur because, you know, it was left off in a way that this person's not satisfied with whatever you told them or whatever way you tried to end it, okay? They're not done because there's a strong connection here from a past life that has to be peacefully and with patience reconciled with this person. So Taurus, thank you so much for checking in. I'm about to go hit the hay. That was your reading for January 18th to the 31st. As you know, I will have your weekly love readings up in a few days. 4 weekly love readings, 1 monthly general love reading, and then 2 of these full readings. So basically, I'll be doing tarot all the time. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. Hope you enjoyed these decks. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.